tasty, tasty. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are, guys. I hope you're having a really, really great festive break. If you celebrate it. If you don't, I hope you're having a great time either way. Perlin got first today. Congratulations, Perlin. She says, yo, it's sub day. Thank you very much. Vintage Kish as well. He says, evening all. Anaki's here too. He says, hi, Jay. Hope everyone had a good Christmas and winter holiday. Last stream of 2022, maybe? Tasty.
Yeah, I think it will be. I'm not going to be streaming over the New Year weekend. So the first stream of the weekend will be the end of the first week, that first Sunday. So it is going to be a little while away. But we'll see if maybe we'll get another one in between. I don't know. This was kind of last minute anyway. I only decided yesterday I was going to have time for a stream today. So yeah. Void Media, hey man, good to see you. It says, evening Jay and chat, hope you had a good Christmas. I did, we had a really good Christmas, apart from breaking my car, which was all my own fault, and I can't blame anyone. So what happened with that was we went for a walk upon a bit of moorland near my parents-in-law where we were staying for Christmas, and we had to park on the grass, and as we parked on the grass there was a little bit of grass that just scraped the front edge of my splitter on the bottom of the front bumper of the car, and I knew it had touched. I knew it had, because we were going down. I knew it was going to touch, and as we reversed away I think it pulled a little bit, and I didn't check it. It looked okay without me checking it, but then on the motorway at 70 miles an hour with all the air pressure on the front splitter, it just gradually dipped down and kept scraping on the floor, and then eventually it just snapped off. And it was really loose, and like the middle of the mounting point had gone. So we had to pull over on the side of the motorway. I had to root around in the boot for a bit of string to tie it all up with. Anyway, it's a whole thing. New splitters ordered. It should be here on Friday, so not too long, and then we'll get it fitted before the new year. It was one of those things where the whole rest of the drive home, I was really, really angry, not with my wife or the dog who was in the car with me, but at myself, because I knew I should have checked it, and I made a conscious decision to not check it on Christmas Eve after we got back to my parents-in-law. Even though the car had rubbed, I made a conscious decision to not check it over. I was like, oh, it looks okay, it'll be fine, I'll worry about it when I get back to the workshop. And lo and behold, it wasn't fine. So it was just one of those things. Other than that, it was a really good time. Void Main's here as well. Good evening. Anarchy subscribed with Prime for 18 months. Thank you so much, dude. That's 2 babies you could have had in that time, Anarchy. So congratulations on that. Cizor is here as well. Robot's here too. Yo guys. Hey man, thanks very much for being here. Quagri also subscribed. Thank you so much for 6 months. Says, ooh, tasty. SPC. Yeah, big up the SPC. If you're not a sub, you won't know what it's about. If you all want to be part of the SBC, you have to sub. Golden Ratio, hey man, thanks so much for being here. Alaric says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Jay. Nice catching a stream again. Yeah, going forwards in the new year, it's going to be a lot more consistent and a lot more common, hopefully. I should have more time now. We've got more staff. We'll see how that goes.
Hey Jay, hope you're well. Casey, yeah, I've got a little bit of a cold, like in the back of my throat. My wife's been coughing and spluttering for the past couple of days. I think I've just got a touch of whatever she's coming down with. I'm a little bit stuffy in the head, but I'm all right. I'm fine. Just like maybe 5% not great. And I'm worried that it's going to become as bad as she's had it because she's been really poorly recently. So yeah, I'll be fine. What's in the mug today? This is the last of whatever coffee Mel put in the machine before we broke up for Christmas. I have no idea what it is. It's just the last of whatever coffee beans were put in the machine. I just ground them up and made them. And you know what? It's all right. It tastes a little bit stale, but it's all right. It's acceptable. It's acceptable. Did the heart sink and the head drop? It did. It's all right. I was like, oh, I knew what it was. I could hear this weird noise. When we got to like 70 miles an hour, every now and again I heard this weird noise. And what it was is, as we just hit like 72, 73, it was just enough to dip it down to touch the floor. And then we actually were overtaking a wagon because I knew that what it was. I decided to stay at like 60 in the slow lane behind everything, and then we hit a wagon and it was doing like 56, and I sped up to overtake the wagon, and that's when the splitter dropped, when the screw actually popped out and it came off fully. The worst part about it was dragging on the floor as we pulled into the hard shoulder, and I know it hit one of the cat's eyes, and it flipped the cat's eyes out because I picked it up off the motorway. It flipped one of the cat's eyes out under the car as well. So, is what it is. It's my own fault. I can't blame anyone but myself. Replacement's coming on Friday, so I'm going to take the old one off tomorrow. I'm just going to keep it tied up overnight tonight. I'll take it off tomorrow, and then I'll put the new one on Friday, Saturday, something like that.
Tasty.
Captain Regret, thank you so much for the sub, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I used to live in front of a speed bump that was guaranteed to ruin any Porsche or Ferrari. I've seen many a tear. Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. Like, I knew it was my own fault, and as we pulled up, when we parked up to go for this walk, like, you might have seen the pictures of the dog on Instagram. That's where it happened, with the big old black windmill and stuff on top of the hill. I knew as we parked up that it was going to scrape and it was going to be really close, and I should have checked it. I knew I should have checked it, and I made a conscious decision when we got back to the house to not check it because it looked okay. Well, there we are. It is what it is. New background looking beautiful. Yeah, we're getting there. It's sort of getting there. There's still a load of wood paneling to go on the walls, and then my desk to tidy up, and then this area will actually be light while I'm streaming, not dark. That's the plan. So we'll get there soon. Mr. Caffeine for the win. Yeah, it was just what was in the machine. Yeah, I don't know. There's like enough for maybe half a cup of coffee left in there. Will we see Mel again on stream in the new year? That's entirely up to Mel. The streams aren't really like business, like they're not my business time, like when I'm doing actual work. So if Mel wants to be in them, that's entirely up to Mel. She would have to come outside of business hours to be in it, and obviously it's not paid at that point. So it's entirely up to her if she wants to do that. Perlin says, Jay, are you still recruiting for a part-time social media manager? No, we've got that all sorted now. Apologies, I think there's about 5 or 6 people that I need to reach out to let know we won't take it any further. I will do that early in the new year, but yeah, we have someone now who's going to pick that up for us. Captain Regret here, man. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate that. Where do I get my keyboard stands? We make them and sell them in-house. I don't think we have any in stock right now. In fact, I have one right here that I can show you, but we make these in-house. We'll be making some more very, very soon. So these are our prototypist keyboard stands. We make them from acrylic. We're going to be offering a more premium version that actually has bump-ons, not bump-ons, like actual rubber feet in these areas, so that they rest on rubber rather than resting on the acrylic. But yeah, we make these, we etch them ourselves, we cut them ourselves in-house. Yeah. They hold up to about 15 kilos as well, so we haven't found a board that they can't support yet, but yeah, 15 kilos is where we can hold up to. But as I say, we should have a whole raft of them in stock early in the new year. Thursday says, could be worse. I drove into a colleague's car in the car park in my 72 plate, new bumper and headlight needed. Ah, man, that sucks. That sucks. Insurance go brr. Well, I'm not going to claim on the insurance for mine because it was me being stupid. I didn't touch anyone else. It didn't damage anything else. And it's easy to repair. Like, it was £130 plus VAT for the part, so it's fine. Nice title. Yeah, well, I saw the meme the other day of the old man shouts at cloud, and it reminded me of that when I was doing the Cloudline, so yeah. Quaggery, I got one. They're good. Oh wait, what did you have?
Mazda 3 GT Sport, so nothing super special. The Mazda, do you know, the new Mazdas are really good. Like I had a Mazda 6, 2016 plate Mazda 6, and it was exceptionally good. We had the GT Sport now, I think it was. I miss that car. I really do miss that car. We then had a Mazda CX-5, 2018 plate, which I've actually sold to my mother and father-in-law because it's really good. My wife just wanted an automatic, and we had the Tesla at the time, so she now has the Tesla. But yeah, the new Mazdas are stunning for their value for money. Like what they have as standard is like more than some other brands have at like high end. Like when I got the Mazda 6, I was looking at a Jaguar XF at the time, and for the same price I could get the base spec Jaguar XF, which was a lovely car, but it had wind up front windows. Like it didn't even have electric front windows at the time. It's 2016 I think. Whereas the Mazda had like full on CarPlay and everything else, everything you could possibly want straight out of the gate. It was nuts. Absolutely every option was there that some that even Jaguar didn't offer at the time. So yeah. My Cloudline lays in front of me. Do I build at the same time? You could do, man. You could do. You forgot to post on the social channel. It should automatically ping there. We do have a bot for that. We do have a bot for it. The stand. Need to get some of these stands for sure. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we'll have them in stock in the new year. I need to cut some more acrylic parts and the metal rods that we use across the middle. We've ordered some more. We just need to wait for them to arrive. Being the time of year there is, it's a chance to get things. Storesness, thank you so much for the people I love. Thank you so much for that. Simba, welcome to the stream as well. Right, okay, so I do have a few things I want to share with you today. January, we're going to do the Desmat 4 for the price of 3 sale on Desmats again, as we did in the summer. We've had a load of people ask if we can do like a special offer for Desmats recently. So if you're considering buying a Desmat, you might want to wait until January the 3rd, which is when this is going to go live. But basically, if you buy 4 Desmats, you get the cheapest one for free. So that's going to start right from the very beginning of January. First day back, 3rd of January, and it's going to run for the whole month. Mystery switches and neon is something we do want to bring back, but we're not quite ready to do it as yet. That might be later on in the year. We need to work out a clever way of doing it and dealing with the way our system works for that. So bear with me on that one, and we will get to it at some point in the near future. I'm hoping March we'll be able to do mystery switches. So yeah, so watch out for that coming back to the store. We've also got a ton of stuff in stock. We've got more GMK sets in stock than we've ever had at any time. I think we've got more GMK sets in stock than any other retailer at the minute as well. It's kind of crazy right now. We've also going to have Wasabi in the next couple of weeks up as well. We've also got some NK, I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to tell you this, but we have some NK PBT Olivia in the warehouse already that's due to go up at some point very soon. And we also have Nice PBTA, which is going to go live in the new year as well. We also have the Link 65 extras and a few other bits and pieces as well. So if you're interested in those, wait for the new year, because that's all going to go live the end of the first week in the new year. And of course, we're also going to have the Desmat 3 for 2 offer, 4 for the price of 3 offer, all the way throughout the month as well. So all the way throughout January. So yeah, so excited for that. I'm just catching up here. GMK movement should be in soon. Yeah, we had confirmation from GMK at the back end of November that it had finished manufacturing. It was now in sorting. Don't know where it is since then. Yeah, not sure where it is since then, but I'm sure it'll ship as soon as GMK can get it out to us. Do you sell or have a favorite place to get switch containers? Yeah, we used to sell, and we haven't sold them for a little while, but we used to sell really good size. I don't have any tan. Oh, I do have some tan. Really good size containers that fit keycaps or switches in, such as this. They hold a full 7U spacebar, a full GMK base kit in there nicely and easily. We're going to be restocking in those in the new year. We don't have them ordered yet, but we will be ordering them. We're waiting for the PO to come back, the product order to come back, which should be first week in January, and from there we can get the order in. Desmat offer, yeah. I was building my KBD 67 Lite during the last stream. Not sure how, but nailed the stabs on my first try. Nice, congratulations. NK Olivia, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to have told that. Like, don't tell anyone. Like, just let's pretend I didn't say it. GMK Moomy, we've talked about. Gonna have to start hanging up my Desmats in the wardrobe soon with all the ones I've got. I keep them rolled up, and then we've got like an IKEA unit here that we have them rolled up and shoved in. It's actually downstairs in the workshop. It should be in my office, but it's not up here yet.
I don't need any more desk mats, but if there's an offer, yeah, from the 3rd of January, we're going to have the offer in place. Buy 4 desk mats, get the cheapest one for free. Yeah, so we did it last summer. I think June, July time, it was super popular. Yeah, part of the reason is we need to get some more space because we've got so many desk mats in stock. So yeah, so we want to try and reduce that number and give you guys a good deal at the same time. NK really needs to redo Vaporwave. Yeah, no comment. GMK Metropolis still praying. Yeah, I think that's also finished production. It's just waiting for sorting at the minute as well. Are you sucking Olivia? NK announced it on the stream earlier too, so glad you have it. Oh, I'm glad they announced it because that means it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're going to be stocking it. Yeah, both versions of it. Yeah, I'm glad they announced it. We didn't leak something that I shouldn't have leaked. Perlin, I cannot spend any more money. Well, you want a keyboard, right? So you're all right. You're all right. GMK Olivia is popular. It is, yes. NK and GMK Olivia should be okay. Right, okay, fine. That's fine. I knew he was going to mention it at some point. I realized after I'd said it that I might not have been able to release that information yet. It says Zaki or Zach says, Jay, does the NK PBT copper come with the accent set? Everything you see in the product images is one base kit. Like the whole thing comes in one base kit. All of it comes in one base kit. Even though there's different images for the different kits, it all comes into one box. Are you planning on selling different weighted springs? I've got a Vortex PC66 with MX clears on the way. Fancy making smoke clears. Other companies in the UK stock springs, so we've never wanted to stock them. If there's a demand for it, we can look at it. But like, there's so many other people already selling them, we didn't want to bother. What else are you talking about? I think I'd get shot if I bought more than one desk mat. Never mind 4. Well, it is what it is. Janglad has taken over Vaporware, hasn't he? I'm not sure. Perhaps it'd be in the Omnitype ones if that happens. I want a keyboard, rip Ash. Well, you guys want it. And Mel said she was shipping it to you, so I figured that it was yours by proxy, so let's go with that. So yeah, so all of that's coming in the new year. We are expecting a ton more GMK sets in the new year as well, and I've just had confirmation over Christmas. I actually got the confirmation on Christmas Day that the pallets had been loaded into the container ready to go on the ship for the latest shipment from China, which includes Matrix 8XV 3.0. It includes Zoom 65 EE, and a ton of other stuff. I think JRIS 65 is in there as well. Loads and loads of stuff is in it. It's massive tasty. In terms of how shipments come in. So that should be here at the back end of January, early Feb. So I'm really excited to get that out as well. DualShot's actually, we just have confirmation that DualShot is on its way to us. So we got the shipping confirmation on Christmas Eve. I think it'll likely be picked up the first week in the new year from GMK. So it'll arrive first or second week in January. So yeah, have you had any update from Monaco for the cage? Yeah, the cage is actually in the next shipment as well, so that's on its way from China now. Karja, thank you so much for the 19 months of subs, man. I really appreciate that. 19-month streak, that's huge. Will you have PT fans PYGA Pyga? Yes. We actually have a pre-order for that up right now, so if you want that, you should probably pre-order it. The shipment's due to leave KBD fans on the 5th of January because they're waiting for the artisan keycaps to be made. So then that's going to be in stock straight after that. So we have a pre-order up until we receive it. The day we receive it, the pre-orders get taken down and it will get put up as in stock. So if you want it early and you want it at pre-order price, pre-order it now, I would say, because I think there's only a few of the pre-order sets left. So much good stuff. Yeah, we try, guys. We try. DualShot Supremacy. Yeah. I saw a photo of DualShot with a grey frog. It looks so nice. It does. What about Argyle 60? So Argyle is probably a little bit further out. It's not going to make it out before Chinese New Year. There was an issue with the design. So when the designer finished the design, they sent me all of the final files. I sent them to manufacturer, and we started to move into production. After 10% had been manufactured, they sent me one so I could start cutting here in the workshop the little glass screens that go on the left and right of the keyboard. And we realized there was a problem with the top case. Turns out that the files sent by the designer were the wrong ones. And they'd sent an earlier revision of it, not the actual final production version, and the glass screens wouldn't fit, so we had to remake that whole thing from scratch. That's taken a little bit of time up. It's likely that they're probably going to be Q2 this year now, looking at them.
Everything else is sorted, so the carry cases are sorted. PCBs haven't been ordered yet, but they'll be ordered straight after Chinese New Year. So yeah, so it's going to be a little bit longer, I'm afraid, on the Argyle 60. You can always check this on the updates as well, guys. Like there is an update section on the website that tells you all of this. So if you need updates, just go on the updates section of the website. Here it is. There you go. So you can just go there to look at updates for group buys. Like, you don't have to ask me. That's the whole point of the updates. So you don't ask me. Right. Andromeda, hey man, good to see you. GMK has Akura in the next shipment. GMK don't ship from China, they ship from Germany, so they don't come in the big shipments. They just come ad hoc as and when they're finished. I don't believe Hazakura's shipped yet. But again, you can check the updates, Perlin. You can check in the updates. Why don't you guys sell Loop though? Because other vendors in the UK sell it, so there's no point in us selling it as well. We use any Matrix PCBs and CF plates? Yes, everything has extras. Everything we sell always has extras. Everything. So you can assume if the group buy hasn't shipped yet, you can assume there's going to be extras after the group buy does ship. It's nice to hear your voice. Zoe, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I do. Have I been to GMK in Germany? No, but I might be going soon. It's something we've talked about with my rep, Mario, about visiting the facility. We actually spoke with Christoph, one of the CEOs of GMK, right before COVID hit, and I was actually going to go with Querdenk. We'd planned the trip, we knew when it was roughly going to happen, everything was kind of sorted and finalized, and then COVID hit, so that kind of never happened. But I'm hoping that we can actually rebook Querdenk and get him into that, because that would be really great if we could. Just wondered, would be nice to get everything from a single store. Yeah, I kind of get that, but at the same time, we don't want to step on other people's toes. Like, they already sell this stuff, we don't want to sell it as well. It just wouldn't be fair on them. It wouldn't be fair on them. Sky Zelo says, would it be possible to add to my order since I'm not in the UK? I don't know what you want to add to your order, but like, if it's a group buy order, we can't add to it after like the day the group buy closes. That's it, it's locked in. We can't change it. Anything else would have to be a separate order later on. When it's in stock, we can't mix group buy and in stock orders because it just doesn't work like that. And we don't have the matrix plates and stuff in stock right now anyway. They'll only be available after the group buy is shipped and after we've fixed any support queries with them. Adam's listening while tidying up the kitchen. Oh, thanks, man. Any more extras for Cloudline? Only if people don't pay the invoices. We sent out the invoices for the Cloudlines over the past few days. The last ones went out today. Most people have already paid. I'm not expecting to have any more in stock. No. Tasty stuff. Nice. More input taxes. Sorry, it is what it is. We just can't, we don't have the logistical team here to manage like people ordering across multiple things like that. It just becomes an absolute nightmare. We've got over 1,000 orders that we're just holding on to parts of because people can't follow the instructions to order them separately. That's storage space that we could use for in-stock products or other things that cost us every month to have to store those orders, and we have to have a system so it takes staff time to manage those orders and stuff like that. So we just said no more. We just can't do it anymore, I'm afraid. Cloud Omen again. Hey man, thanks for being here. Gang, hello. Cool. Right. Okay. So I think we've talked enough about PT news. Next up, I have got something here that arrived actually, and this is Tom Barnes' fault. So if you're in the Prototypist Discord, just down here, Bomtarn's one of our good friends who's got a special role in blue. He got me onto this. Now we both share a love for things like Nixie clocks and other things like that. So yeah. So I want to show you something that I think is pretty cute. At least I think that that's what this is. I'm not sure. So we'll see. Let me flick over the camera here. Let me see if this is what I think it is. This did arrive during the week. So I don't know if it's what you think it is, but I think it's what I think it is. In fact, I know it's what I think it is. So the first thing you might notice is it does have some Nixie tubes at the top, and it also has a proper old rotary phone dial on it. This is just super cool.
How does this open? Okay, it's nicely packaged. Here's the PCB. So as you can see, the PCB has space for the rotary dial, as well as all the encoders and everything needed for it, and it also has space for the Nixie tubes at the top. Now basically this is just a counter. All you do is you just count whatever number you spin round, it just counts onto what you've got. So it's basically like one of those clicker counters, but like a really weird, stupid version just for the sake of doing it. Some cables and stuff there. Here are all the ICs. Yeah, we've got the lighting fixed a little bit better, so I think that's what's fixed it. Void main. Won the Cloudline from Desk Hero. I didn't realise Desk Hero had done extras yet on Cloudline. Figured I'd ask since the CF plate's ready after Goodbye close. Yeah, the CF plates haven't actually been charged for yet, so it's a little bit different. But the order's already been placed, so the only other way to get them now is extras. And here you can see how it's actually going to look. So of course, when I had choice of the options for the case of this, I went for the pink one because why wouldn't I? No, SPC and all that. But effectively, this is going to be a counter. I think the Nixie tubes are in here. Yeah, so the Nixie tubes are just up here, look. So you have the Nixie tubes just in here. Let's see if we can just take this out a little bit. Just kind of give you a flavour of how it's going to be. So the Nixie tubes are going to sit in here. Whoops. They are going to be flush like this, not sunk in, so just bear with me on that one. And if you haven't seen Nixie tubes, they're really cool. They're like an LED on steroids. SPC represent, absolutely. You might need one of these for work. Yeah, you'd find it really useful for work. Okay, I don't want to let go of that too much. So, as I say, the whole PCB and circuit board does need building on this, but that's something we'll get to. Maybe we'll build it today if we have time. And then you have the rotary encoder, and the way that it works is this lights up, and as you select the number, it will add the number to it. Oh, man, I miss these phones. Oh, that's so cool. It's just a counter. It's just a count. Look at it go. Look how cool it is. It's just a literal counter. That's all it's going to be. It's just literally going to count. I think you can do some other functions with it as well. But basically, all you do is solder all the bits onto here, and then it just works as a counter. And the rotary dial. Look at this. Look at this. Look, look, look. I can't wait to build this and show you guys. Oh, that's such a nice mechanism. Look how that moves. Oh man, that's so cool. Yeah, but basically these were on phones when I was young. This is where it comes from. Oh man, I just love the mechanism of this. This is so cool. This is so cool. Oh man, that's so cool. Right, okay. I really want to build this now. I'm not going to build this first. Obviously, we're going to build the rest of things first, but... Oh, look, we've got space for the battery, we've got cables, we've got crimps, we've got wires. Oh, man, yeah. I'm very, very excited to share that with you guys and build it at some point very, very soon. I'm going to put it back in its box right now. I do want to have, like, a housing made for this out of brass, but I figured the pink one would be cool enough in the meantime. So something that doesn't necessarily follow this shape, but has this cutout, this pocket in the middle, and just make it from brass. I think that's what we're going to do. I don't know when we're going to do it, but, yeah, it's something I really want to do. Okay, so that's just something I want to show you, something really cool. I probably have zero use for it, but I just like fun things. If we've got time, we'll start building that today. That's so satisfying to watch. It's so satisfying to do. Like, if you've never played with one of those old rotary phones, like when I was a kid, that's how you dialed all the numbers. Like, that's just literally the only option you had, was to just dial those numbers. So
Incredible.
Super cool. Super cool. Right, it's time to get on with the Cloudline build. Happy holidays. Thank you so much. I'm going to call you Z because I can't pronounce it. Xenon C? Xenon? Let's go with Xenon. Thank you so much, Xenon. I appreciate that. King Cairo with the SPC represent. Yes, absolutely. SPC exclusives also coming soon. Both in the ways of some t-shirts that we've had made and something we're doing with the JO2 Blackout Edition. Sax, thank you so much for the Prime sub, 2 months of subs. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Gator on X time as well. Yeah. So Gator on X switches. This is actually for a really close friend of mine. So they've asked if they could buy some switches of me that were in my personal collection, which is why we have these here. So that's what switches we're going to use. Gator on X R2. They wanted to try the Moyu stabilizers, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to try these Moyu stabilizers. We did use these in a build recently for, I can't remember what we used them for now. Oh, it was QK75 last week. So yeah, that's what we're going to use today. Are those HK blues at on the top board? Sorry, these are round 1. Sorry, yes, these are round 1. Did I say they were round 2? Apologies. Yeah, they're Gator on X round 1 switches. Yes. Apologies if I said they were round 2. Yes, these are KL blues. Yeah. The board doesn't work. It's there because I need to fix it. That's why we have it there. So we have our stabilizers with all of the shims and other bits of goodness that we need. We have our switches. R2 is nice and beige. It is, yeah. R2 is beige. Yes. If I said R1, I apologize. If I said R2, sorry, I apologize. I did mean R1. It was just the excitement of doing the build that got in my way. Let's put it that way. But yeah, these are KL blues in the board at the top. We must riot now. You feel free to riot. You lead the insurrection. And then here we have the Cloudline TKL. Let me show you how this comes up. So this is an A stock. Oh, thank you so much, King Cairo, for the gift subs. Thank you so much. A stock, December 19th, 22 is when it was QC'd, and it's a wing keyless grey. It's actually one of the rarer colorways here. Ugh. Quick, everyone protest by ordering R2 switches. Yeah, go on. Fuck it. Like, shit. Let's do like a 10% discount if you order switches whilst I'm streaming. Let's just do it, right? Why not? Let me set that up. If you order any hold on, let me get it going first. Let me get it set up first. But yeah, if you order some Gator on XR2 while we're streaming, then yeah, you can have a 10% discount. Let me set that going right now. Create discount. Amount of products. Automatic discount. No, let's do it as a discounts code. Streaming party. So you need a code. The code will be streaming party. I'll drop it into chat. There you go. That's going to be the code to get 10% off of Gator on X R2 switches. It's going to take me a minute to get that live, so give me a second. Percentage, 10%. Specific product. Gator on X. Right now I've got to find these in stock. Where are they? Where are they? Right, in stock, Gator on X, R2, 10-pack. No minimum requirements. Oh, thank you so much for the gift sub as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. End time. I'm going to set it for midnight tonight. Like, okay.
Right, okay, that's active. So you can use the code I posted a second ago. Streaming Party, capital S, capital P, all one word. Streaming Party gets you 10% off Gateron X round 2 switches that are in stock right now. They're the beige version of these switches. Yeah, there you go. 10% off in stock switches. There you go. Amazing stream style. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Right, okay, so here is the Cloudline TKL. This is where it comes in. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit, actually. Okay, that's as far as we can zoom. Okay, that's as far as we can zoom. That's fine. Here we go. So we have a few things in here. We have our PCB. We have our O-ring. We have our daughter board and some tools, and we have 4 feet as well for the keyboard. These are injection molded and reverse adhesive. Okay, so that's everything we need for the top half. And then in here we have the board. Let me see if I can share this with you. I'm not quite sure why the camera doesn't pan out a little bit more, but it doesn't. So yeah, so if you guys want Gateron X round 2 switches, you can get them in stock 10% off. Just for watching the stream, you get 10% off. How about that? In before no one buys any at all. Imagine you misclick 100 subs. Okay. Ordering now, here's a thank you. Thanks, man. You've already got 120, sorry, Jay. That's fine, man. You've already got them. You paid full price for them. That's fine. This is the dark grey wing keyless Cloudline. Let's get the feet installed and I'll show you the board in a bit more detail. Just going to install these feet and then we can put it down on the desk nice and easily. What's the best shipping method currently with the Royal Mail strikes? Well, we're not shipping anything out until the 3rd of Jan because we're closed until then. I'd recommend DHL, to be honest, at the minute. I don't know what strikes Royal Mail have got planned for January, but I imagine there will be more, so bear that in mind. It's the off black. Grr, it's not off black. This is the only keyboard where I see it as a shame that I'm covering the insides. Yeah, I get that. If anyone else refers to it as off black, I'm just going to ban you. I'm not really, but I need to threaten you with something. I mean, make the DHL stuff worth it, right? Order some key sets as well while you're ordering switches. Yeah, we're going to be doing some CF value plates in January, I think, for the Cloudline. Okay, there we go. Now we've got the feet installed. I'm not too worried about putting it down the surface, but here's the base. Look at that. Look how beautiful and simple that way is. Look at the rear. Nice USB cutout. Here's the grey. As you can see, it is grey. It's not black. Just looks stunning. And what you can't see very well right now is the polished stainless steel internals of this, which you'll see very soon. This is for a really, really close friend of mine as well. It's from the group buy. Let's take the board apart. It's not greyish black, it's just grey. Yeah, I'll show you guys the inside detail in a second. It is absolutely stunning as a board. Yakbats, hey man, thanks for reaching out. Did that spacebar I sent you ever turn up, Yakbats? grey is swaying me more than the silver, to be honest. The grey is probably the best colour that came in the Cloudline. I know people were picking the red, but the grey for me is the right colour choice. Like, it just is. Not to knock anyone else's colour choices at all, of course, but for me it's just the right colour choice. Like, I wish I'd got one of these personally. I wasn't fast enough in the group buy, and I didn't win the raffle, so I didn't get one. But yeah, I'm very disappointed that I'm not going to own one. Let's get the rest of these screws out. Oh, thank you so much for the gifts of Tizizora. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It seems to be gifts of the day today. I didn't win the raffle either, no. If I had have done, this is what would have been my pick. Yeah, contrary to popular belief, I'm very fair with that kind of stuff. Like, if you guys have to buy it through a raffle, I have to buy it through a raffle as well. Like, that's just how I'd feel terrible doing it any other way. Okay, there we go. So we can now flip the base off. Get rid of this paper. And then here we have the top case with the Alu plate. We are going to keep this top mount. The owners asked me to keep it top mount. They don't want this O-ringifying, although you can use an O-ring if you'd like. And then here is the inside. This is polished stainless steel. And look at the details on the inside. Void Media, thank you so much for the gift sub. It says Cloudline in collaboration with Shani, designed by JJW. And look at all the details of the clouds just along here, and then you've got the stars and the moon and the shooting stars up here. It is just absolutely stunning. It is so nice, and it is so chunky as well. Like, this is so heavy. There we go. This is super heavy. So there we go. I'm going to leave that there just because it looks so good. And then you guys can see it. And look how it reflects. It's just so nice. Super nice. Super nice. You forgot about the insides? Yeah, man. Yeah. Using the money I saved from the streaming party code on getting switches. Thanks, Jay. You're welcome, man. And thank you so much for the gift subs. Newfie has won that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You were super surprised by the heftiness of the keyboard when you got it out of the case? Yeah, it's a chunky keyboard. So there's a big piece of brass in here, but then this is polished stainless steel, I believe. So that adds a lot of weight to it as well. But it is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. And it's just divine. It just really is. There's no other words for it. Right, okay, let's get the daughterboard installed. So we do need to take this middle piece out for that. Where do we put the screwdriver? There we go. I didn't realise Desk Hero had done extras yet, but congratulations, Ravius. Coffee check. I don't actually know what coffee we were drinking today, Kyra. This is what was in the coffee machine from before we went away for Christmas, so it is a little bit stale. It's just whatever beans were in the grinder. I think Mel picked last, so it'll be whatever Mel picked. Okay, now we're going to take this brass piece out. And the stainless steel piece as well. There we go. So here you can see a little bit more detail on how that's all screwed together and how it's all placed in. It's very, very, very cool. Just want to make sure it's staying sturdy before we do anything else. Right, okay, now we can get the daughterboard put in. So we're just gonna get a slightly smaller screwdriver. Incredible. Darth Gaijin, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Metal clanging makes you nervous. Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. Cloudline versus Ripple TKL. I've not really looked at the Ripple much. I mean, it looks fine. but I think I prefer Cloudline personally. So we have JST cable. We have a JST daughterboard, our little universal daughterboard. How's the new car that turned up? It looks stunning. Which new car? I haven't had a new car in a month or two. If you mean the Laurel, it is stunning. It's got a list of jobs I need to do on it though. Not that it needs them, just because I want to do them more than anything. There's a couple that it definitely needs, but most of them are just wants from my side. Okay, so I'm just going to put the daughterboard screws back in. To be fair, I do have a soft spot for my shithouse budget Topra. I do have some Topra to build actually very soon. I finally got my Heavy Grail Ghost of Christmas Future from Norbauer in about 2 weeks before Christmas. So yeah, I definitely need to build that at some point. But I do need a HHKB to build it with, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that's the daughterboard in. We're now going to plug in the JST cable, and then what we're going to do is we're going to feed that through through the weight, just like so, and then we're just going to pop this into position. This is so delicate. Okay, that doesn't want to sit down. Why not? Oops. Trying to be really delicate with this. There we go, that's it. Got it, I think. I think we have it, I think. Oh no, we've got the cable trapped, that's why. Masterfully done. Nope. It's not in. It's not in. We're gonna drop this out. Start that bit again. Ah, that's why. Look, we got the cable stuck. Let's try that again. Took the cable in this time. I was trying to tuck it in afterwards last time, so let's see if that helps this time. We got it this time. There we go. That's it. All in place. Whew. Dangerous. Dangerous but done. In fact, that's still not quite right. I'm just going to try and just tip it a little bit. Oh, okay, I see why. The cable just does not want to stay in. It's like a little groove in the aluminium case for the cable to stay in. It just does not want to stay in it. Okay, we're going to try it a third time this time. Right. There we go. That's all in place. Try not to disrupt or dislodge it. There we go. Perfect. We've got it this time. That's it. It's in. Whew. Dangerous. I didn't want to separate the brass and stainless steel because there's just more chance of scratching it if we do that. So yeah, I decided I wanted to do it as all as one piece. Like fingerprints will clean up, so
It's the off black car. It's not off black. I told you I'd ban you if you said it once more time. Yeah, we've got 10% off round 2 Gator on X's. Only while the stream is live using code streaming party, capital S, capital P, all one word, streaming party. Okay, right. Daughterboard is in. Bottom of the case is built. Everything's screwed together. We're done. Next job is to take the plate out of the top case. It's not silver. No, this is the grey. What layout am I building? This is going to be an ANSI. It's the layout the owner has picked. And it's wing keyless. There we go. So now we can take the plate out. And then we can pop the top case just in place on the board now, just for safekeeping. There we go. So it's wing keyless board that we're going to build today. As you can see, we're going to be using the aluminium plate in ANSI layout. We don't need the O-ring. The owner wants to go top mount on this one. Yeah, Simple 60s are really great for the price. We actually have them on sale right now as well. I mean, I don't disagree with you on that one, Adam. But the owner is American. They do live in the UK, but the owner is American. So here we have the PCB. As you can see, it says Cloudline and that lovely font there in the middle. Justin's and Shani's logo, as well as Canon Keys logo too. Show them a little bit close. There you go. That's all going to sit like so. So the next job we need to do is some stabilizers. So the owner's asked us to do full backspace. Let's put the shims down first. Yeah, the owner's asked us to do full backspace, so we're just going to pop these in place. Stolen Simple 60? I'm not sure what you mean. And then they want ANSI enter. Thank goodness no flex cuts. You can have, I mean, it does have some flex cuts in it. Not in the PCB though, in the plate. Gonna make food, so just gonna look in the background. No worries, man. Okay. They want full left shift and full right shift as well. So I'm just gonna pop them in for this as well. Does not look greenish at all in person, no. If you're getting that off the camera, I apologize. It's just a camera trick. There is no greenish tint to it. Oh man, that was so wonky. kill this one off and start again. That one really, really wonky. Yeah, it's not greenish in the slightest, to be honest. It's definitely grey. It's not dark black. It's not dark black. It's so not black. It's unbelievable. Like, it is so obviously grey. Like, there's something that's black, and you can see there's a vast difference. Look, that's something that's anodized black. There's a huge difference between the two. A massive difference. Anodized black versus the grey. You can see there's a massive difference. Massive, massive, massive difference. Wait, someone got a Cloudline with a story? Is this the one that picked it up from a seller local? And it's the person who asked me to do the raffle, and the only reason I did a raffle and spent my Christmas day working was because they asked me to. And then they went and bought one themselves from the extras. From the aftermarket. Is that the story? Okay. Now I need to do full left shift. So the reason I spent 4 hours on Christmas Day morning working was to do something because someone had asked me to do something so that they could have a chance at a Cloudline, and then rather than waiting for that, they just went and bought one anyway. Yeah. I see how it is. Don't worry, I don't forget. Okay, and we need to do space. Now this PCB only supports 7U space, so we're dead easy to do on this one. There's one. Thanks for the waffle. Wait, what's a waffle? I think you can just buy it from the website. Wait, what? What? Hey, Nixie, thanks very much for being here, man. Okay, there we go. That's our stabilizer shims installed. Next, it's time to build up the actual stabilizers themselves. But if you had entered the raffle either way, and you may have won, like, just because your result could have changed because of your actions, right? Like, your result isn't a foregone conclusion. Like, if things had been different, your result on the raffle might have been different. So, let's put our parts together as we need them. Make sure we get enough stabilizer housings out and inserts out. Looks like we're going to need to use the full pack. Do recommend any Alice style keyboards. We don't have any in stock right now, but we will be looking to stock some different Alice types in the near future, so keep an eye out for that. In fact, actually, we do have the near field in stock, which I guess you could call Alice inspired, but it's a 40%, so it's not for everyone. I'm just going to leave that. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4 wires, and we need a 7U wire as well. And I'm just going to pop that wire in there as well, so we can get rid of that as rubbish. Stock and make are close enough, right? Sure. See you, Adam. Thanks for being here, man.
Okay, let's get these stabilizers all lubed up and put together. So all I'm going to do first is I'm just going to put the sliders inside the housings ready, because we lube these once they're assembled, or I do. That's just my way of doing it. These are the new Moyu Studio steps. They're actually pretty good. We've used them in a build the other day. I was pretty impressed by them. We do have them in stock on the website as well. Okay. These clip-ins? No, these are screw-ins. No, the plate is not CF for this. The plate's aluminium. It's just grey aluminium. How are we mounting? Top mount. The customers asked for this one to be top mounted. Right, we're going to take our lube. I'm going to start with a 2U stabilizer. All we're going to do is lube the wire up nicely. I'm going to make sure there's plenty of lube on there, but not too much. Remember guys, it's always easy to add more lube later on. We're using 205 grade 2 here, because this is a nice thick lube that doesn't need touching up too often. Once it's in, it's kind of there. Make sure all sides of the wire are covered. And again, not too much, just a nice even coat all the way around. Make sure we come around the front a little bit as well. And then we're going to take the stabilizer, push it inside the housing, and clip it in. And there we go, that's the first part done. Do the other side now. Just paint a nice even amount on here. Pop that inside the housing as well. Clip it in, and we'll come back to that one to finish it off in a minute. Just going to rinse and repeat this across the rest of the stabilizers, and I'll show you what we do to lube the rails. Got loads of lube on here, probably too much. We'll see. Okay, maybe not too much. Looks okay. Just distribute a little bit better. There we go. And again, into the housing. Clip it in. Sadly, no rotary knob again this week. This board does not support a rotary knob, but we might be doing, if we get time at the end of the stream, we might be doing my little counting rotary dial. We'll see. We'll see. Brighten knob meetup. That sounds fun. Can I bring my rotary dial? Could I use silicone grease to lube stabs, Jay? Yeah, you can do, yeah. Just make sure it's dielectric style grease rather than just silicone grease. You want to make sure it's non-conductive, because some silicone greases can be conductive. It's not the best anymore. It used to be the go-to de facto standard for stabilizers, but it's kind of looked down a little bit now. Some vendors have got BDZ, which is kind of like a really thick lube specifically used in the community for stabilizers. We'll actually be stocking it in the new year. It's one of the few things that we will be stocking lube wise. But yeah, you can use it. You can absolutely use it. It's not all about size. Okay. I appreciate that. I'll put the link to the snazzy retro TKL in Discord. Which retro TKL is that? Is it one we're selling? A TX Springs worth it, in my opinion. TX Springs are pretty good, actually. We've used them in the past, but I'm finding that these days spring swapping is not really needed for most stabilizers. Sorry, for most switches. Like at one point, it used to be like the requirement. These days, not so much. I think things have changed so much in the hobby in the last few years. Like most switches don't even need lube anymore. I don't think it's a requirement to lube every switch anymore. At one time you had to lube every switch. There was no switch on the market that you would use stock. Now I think that's massively changed, and I think there's quite a few switches that you can use stock. Oh, the Model M SSK? Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, we did try to offer it. We did speak with Vortex about it, but it didn't come to much. Okay, why does this not want to clip in? There we go. Have I tried cream sodas? I haven't, but I do have them in one of the Cloudline customer builds to do. I haven't built it yet, but yeah, I do have them to try. They're not my kind of switch, I'll be honest, which is why we didn't offer them. But I'm sure they'll be lovely for the customer. Right, okay, so now we've done that, we're going to lube the slider rails, and all we're going to do for that is, I've got a little bit of fluff on my fingers. I'm just going to extend the housings, and we're just going to paint a small amount on the slider rails, just like so. Again, we're not trying to go up the works here, this is quite quick. All we're trying to do is give it a nice smooth surface to reduce friction. And I'm going to take a small blob and we're going to pop it into the back of the stabilizer, and that's just going to make sure the rear of the wire stays lubricated and it's not scraped off during installation. That's one done. Again, very little lube on the brush for this part, just paint the slider rails. And then we're just going to put a small blob just in the rear as we did on the previous one, just to make sure the rear of the wire hasn't scraped clean. And we're just going to rinse and repeat across the rest of the stabilizers. Again, it's always easy to add more lube later on than it is to take it away, so just make sure you're not over lubing, guys, when you're doing this. Okay. And then we're just going to do the spacebar stabilizer, and then we can get these installed in the board. No, these aren't long poles, I'm afraid. Okay, there we go. That should be all of the lubrication done. Now it's time to install the stabilizers into the board itself, and then we can start putting the switches in. You ordered a candy bar through our site on Christmas. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for putting kale click navies in it. That'd be cool. That sounds like a good build. Orders over Christmas won't ship until the 3rd of Jan, as per the note on the website. We're just, whilst I'm at the workshop right now, because this is where we stream from, we're not actually back at work until the 3rd. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is pop our backspace stabilizer into the board. We'll see if this will hold in without the need to do anything else. That looks good. And we're going to screw that into place. So yeah, we're going to take a washer. There is a washer on my finger. We're going to put the screw through the washer. And then we're going to put the screw in the end of the screwdriver. And then we're going to screw in our stabilizer. Now with this, you only want to go finger tight and then a quarter turn more. You don't want to go too tight. You're not trying to crush the PCB here. Again, onto the end of the screwdriver. We're going to line that up with the hole. Screw that down. Again, finger tight and then a quarter turn more. And that's one stabilizer installed. We're then going to do our ANSI enter stabilizer. We're just going to repeat the process. Oh man, that's a little bit tighter. It just does not want to go in. There we go. That was a little bit tighter to fit. Again, take a screw. Finger tight and a quarter turn more. That's all it needs. I have seen some people in the past do these and just tighten the screw so much that it actually cracks either the PCB or the stab housing, and it's like, man. Okay, ANSI enter now installed. Then we just need to do our right shift. And again, bless me.
I found this on the web.
My Apple Watch thinking that my sneeze is actually me doing something. Thank you for the bless me. Thank you, I appreciate that. The pre-order page is going to get updated a lot once, so you're going to add new products to it on a regular basis. We had a lot of feedback from people that they preferred not to do pre-orders and that they didn't like us doing pre-orders, so we didn't do them for a while, and we haven't had a huge amount of demand for it. So I don't know, we might just wait, do them in stock. If there is something you'd like to see go into pre-order, then we only do it for keysets. We don't do it for keyboards. We'd only ever do it for keysets, I think. If there is something you'd like to see go into pre-order, just pop a note on Discord and we'll consider it. If you just go into the Tag J channel and suggest something there, then perhaps we'll look at it. But like, I don't know, like the feedback we've had is that some people feel that us doing that is scummy. I don't know why, but it is. So yeah, so we stopped doing it for a little while, but we do have a list of about 100 keysets we could put into pre-order. Should the demand be there for it. So if there is something you want to see, just let me know. Sneezes do sound like Hey Siri, do they? I think it's because as I sneezed, I pressed the button on the watch. I think that's what it was. Okay, last stabilizer to install. Yeah, I tried talking to the person who mentioned it, Kish, and I was like, yeah, but like all the other vendors do pre-orders, and he was like, Novel Keys don't. I'm like, well, okay, maybe Novel Keys don't, but that doesn't make it scummy just because everyone else does. Anyway, it is what it is. Oh, thanks, Perlin, for continuing the gift sub. There we go. That's our stabilizers installed. I'm just going to pop these screws in a little pot. Not sure why others not liking it. I'll consider it over the it's a lot of work to catch up now. Like it takes about half an hour to do each product listing. So if you imagine there's like 100 key sets, you know, it's like a lot of hours. Like 50 hours is a long time. It's a couple of weeks worth of work. So I'll consider it. The same people buy it as pre-order or as in stock. It's not really different. Yeah, people said that I should do it as in stock rather than the group buy then pre-order then in stock. I don't know. I don't really care. I just like if people are happy to do it. I'm not sure weekly, maybe once a month we'll do an update of like 25 sets or something if we can do it. We'll see. Okay, so our stabilizers are installed. Now it's time to pop the plate on, make sure everything fits and aligns nicely, which that looks good. Now we can put switches in place. I'm just going to start by popping a couple of switches in the center into position. So we're going to pop them into the plate first and then into the PCB. And then we're going to do a few in the corners and then we'll go from there working our way around the board. I'm just going to grab a cloth actually for this. Don't want to scratch up the desk too much, considering it is new. There we go. Cloudline's logo above the arrow is just so pretty. It is, right? It's beautiful. 9 months, time has flown. Hey Ben, how you doing, man? Thank you for all you do. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You want me to stretch? Hold on, my sternum might crack here. No, not quite. It feels like it wants to crack. The desk is truly stunning though, thanks. It's actually an IKEA butcher's block. It's not really a desk. It's got like a bar around it, so I can fasten cameras to it. Although this camera isn't going to move, it's going to move over this side, just because I prefer my streaming setup like that. I do like this PCB. It's like no nonsense. Like all the switches go in one position and one position only. It's nice. Chest cracking means gym, you know? Wait, what? Please explain. fitness studio? I have no idea what you mean, man. Like if my chest cracks, you mean I should go to the gym more? I don't think I really need to. I burn about 5,000 calories a day working in the workshop. I am fat though. Vadholmer Kitchen Island, that's the one. That's the one. I couldn't remember the name, but that's definitely it. Has anyone told me how fresh my beard is today? No, but thank you, man. I appreciate that. I did have a nice trim just before Christmas. It's growing out a little bit though. It's been like a week since, but thank you. I appreciate that. Don't forget, we're not putting a switch here because this is a wing keyless board. Getting there with the switches now. Don't forget, guys, as well, while we're soldering, you guys can ask me any question about any topic that you would like. So if you want to get your questions ready, start thinking about what you want to ask me, you can tag me with @jprototypist. Ask any question that you would like about any topic you would like, keyboard related or otherwise, could be general knowledge, trivia, anything you'd like. And I will do my best to answer it as openly, as honestly as possible. We've had some good questions in the past around some of my cars, around some of my keyboard collection, around how Prototypist does business. Yeah, so if you have any questions, start thinking and get ready to ask them. If you tag me with @jprototypist, I'll answer those questions whilst we're soldering. So once we finish installing the switches, I'll start soldering, and I'll answer all of those questions in a completely 100% open and honest manner. If I can't tell you an answer for something due to like data protection or whatever, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you why I can't answer it. But yeah, as long as it's something I can answer, any question goes. There's nothing off topic. As long as it's Twitch safe. Like, as long as I'm not going to get banned from Twitch for reading it out or answering it, then yeah, we'll go with that. You started a carnivore diet and lost nearly 30 kilograms in a year, and the revered type 2 diabetes, no carbs works. Yeah, I think I want to go meat free, like not 100% meat free. I don't want to go fully vegan, but I definitely want to start eating more meat free meals. More from an environmental standpoint than anything. I'm not going to answer the questions where you guys have tagged me. I'll save those for whilst I'm soldering, but keep asking them, mate. Get the questions in. But yeah, I do want. I like, me and the wife have talked about this. We actually both want to cut down on meat consumption, just for environmental reasons more than anything else. But I do need to lose a little bit of weight. I am aware I'm well overweight, so that's an aim for this year. I did lose about 2 stone last year, so I'm probably the lightest I've been in about 10 years now. But I do need to lose maybe another stone and a half, something like that this year. But I do burn a lot of calories here at the workshop, so that's a good thing. Oh, hold on. I need to check whether they wanted caps lock stepped or full. Stepped. Good choice. Prototypist weight loss challenge for New Year. Yeah. Last switch. There we go. Okay, so that's all of our switches installed. Next thing I'm going to do is just make sure we've got no bent pins. And then after that, we'll start the soldering. So I'm just going to go through each switch and just double check that we've got 2 pins showing through and there's none bent out of the way. Sometimes it happens with builds that you get a bent pin or 2. All looking good so far. Yeah, all looking good so far. So I'm just literally just visually checking each switch, making sure we've got 2 pins protruding through the PCB for it. Okay, we've got 1 bent pin. Okay, so we have 1 bent pin on the switch just here. So I'm just going to take that switch out very quickly. There you go, you can see there's the bent pin. We're just going to fix that. Pop that back in. Oops. Double check that we got it straight. And we did. And that means it's now time to solder. Right. Let's get the soldering iron ready. And then I'm going to start going through your questions, guys. And all I'm going to do here is solder through the board. I'm going to start and do a couple of switches just in the center, just to make sure we've got a good benchmark for where we're going to be, and then I'm going to start answering your questions. There we go. Right, let's scroll back up. AHL3 says, do I like cheese? Yes, I really like cheese. One of my favourite desserts is like a cheese board. We don't do it often enough in my house, but we should do it more. I had plenty of cheese over Christmas and New Year. I do love like a baked camembert or something like that. Or like something really sharp like a Wensleydale. Yes, big fan of cheese, especially with a bit of port and some nice crackers. Next question comes from King Kairos. Says, Jay, what do you think of reselling keyboards on the aftermarket? Honest thoughts. I'll always be honest with you on these questions. You don't have to ask me to be honest. I don't see a problem with people reselling on the aftermarket in general. That's like a fine thing. Like you can talk about any hobby and people will be selling like secondhand parts and stuff like that. You know, Funko Pops, cars, you know, playing cards, pens, you name it, people sell stuff secondhand. That's kind of how the world works a lot of the time. People like to be thrifty and buy things secondhand. I don't like to see flipping. And one of the things I'm really glad at is that over the past year or so, like I dropped a blog post in January of last year where I stated that 2022 is going to be the year of prototypers trying to do things in stock. And if you compare the number of sets, kits, desk mats, other items we have in stock right now compared to then, you'll see that it's night and day. Like we have more in stock now, right this second, than we've run group buys this year probably. Which is crazy. Like it was the plan, and we've managed to do it, and I'm really, really proud of that fact. But one of the major reasons why we wanted to do that, and why other vendors have wanted to do that across the world, is to reduce this aftermarket effect of people buying stuff just to flip it. Like that's a bad thing in my head. I don't want people to be only able to get stuff if they pay aftermarket prices, and the aftermarket prices is like 10% above or 20% above whatever the retail price is minimum, sometimes even double the price. So the aim is to make as many things in stock for as long as possible, and in doing so it reduces the fact that people can't ask a premium for aftermarket stuff. Like it becomes valued at the same as the in-stock price or less, which might be the group buy price. Like they can break even because the group buy price is lower than the in-stock price, so it might mean that they can break even. Now this does have a couple of connotations to it. It means that the vendors are going to start to see more in-stock sales, and people are going to struggle to sell stuff on the aftermarket as much, especially with a premium price up. But that's the way of the world. Secondhand stuff is usually worth less than what it is brand new. It's just keyboards existed in this really weird space where that wasn't true for such a long time that people thought that was the de facto standard and how it should be. And we've kind of upset the status quo of all the vendors around the world by changing that. So I think it's a good thing in the long term. Feel free to ask me to clarify on anything if you think that's better. Pepsi or Coke? Coke, definitely. How many holidays out of the country do you take each work year? So if you talk about 2022, I had 0 days off, and I was out of the country for a total of 14 days. In that 14 days, I logged on for at least 4 hours every day and did work. The last time I took an actual day off work where I didn't do anything at all was Christmas Day last year. Christmas Day this year, I was doing the Cloudline raffles. Kara.
So I usually have one day off a year, which is Christmas Day. Every other day gets worked, whether that's from home, remotely, logging in, replying to emails, doing orders, packing, shipping, sorting out in the warehouse. There's like a million different things that I have to do. Project updates, chasing suppliers, chasing vendors, chasing designers, working with designers to do things, working with manufacturers. There's a million different things, even things like arranging insurance, because we have to have insurances here, paying rent, all of that kind of stuff. There's always work that has to be done, and I can always create more work as I need to as well. Like, it's never, we're never going to sit down and think for a day, right, we actually have nothing to do today. That's just not how running a business works, sadly. So in terms of days off, I basically don't take any. Maybe one a year, if that. In terms of holidays, I'd like to get away a couple times a year, but even if I do, I'll still be working 3 or 4 hours a day. Like, we went to Mauritius in March 2022, and I literally spent 4 or 5 hours each day doing work. I'm not complaining about that. It's part of the job. It's part of the territory. It's just where it comes in. But yeah, that's how it is. Right, scrolling down again, Taurus asks a good question. He says, why is there so much popularity in soft typing feel and flex PCBs? I think it's because people are so used to like membrane keyboards being a little bit softer than what some traditional custom mechanical keyboards were, and people wanted that softer typing feel a little bit. I think part of it comes from that. I think part of it comes from the fact that the mechanical keyboards were always so stiff for a long time that actually inventing a way to make them softer was kind of like unique and novel, and people preferred that for a little bit. I think we're actually seeing that settle down now, and there's a real even mix between people who like to see something a little bit firmer to type on and some people who like something a little bit softer to type on. That's why you see boards such as like Cloudline here, where you can build it 2 ways. You can build it top mount and have it semi-firm, or you can build it with an O-ring and have it quite bouncy and soft. I think it's just a preference thing. Like, people like different things. That's all it is. I think that's all it comes down to. Okay, next question comes from King Cairo as well. New warehouse vibes next year. Does this mean more staff and freedom in terms of space and better workability in your environment? So we moved warehouse just this last month, December, into the new warehouse we're in now. It's significantly bigger than the old warehouse. It's 3 times the size in square footage. Plus we've got the mezzanine as well that we moved from the old workshop to the new one. So we have about 3.5 times the size of and space as what we used to have. That's going to be massive for us, like just in terms of stock. Like, the more stock we have on the shelf, the more space we need to be able to store that. So we have to make sure we've got the space there, and that's one of the things I've been working on today. We've got loads more shelving racks to put in and install, and we can put stock on there and stuff like that. So that's absolutely something that's changing. More staff. We doubled the size of the team in early November, so we added more members of staff. There is an idea that I want to work less than 100 hours a week. That's my aim for this year as well. So I want to get to a point where I'm not working more than 100 hours a week. And that's why I've employed a new project manager who's going to handle a lot of the day-to-day checking and chasing of stuff. And my job will just be to direct them on what's kind of priority and what needs to be chased and stuff like that. We're never going to get to a point where I don't put at least 8 hours in a day, like 7 days a week. That's just not going to happen. There's just too much going on that needs my decision making or my authority or something that falls back on my responsibility list or accountability list, purely as I'm the sole director of the business. So we're just never going to get to a position where I'll be able to like work part-time or anything like that. What separates the Cloudline from other TKLs? The design, mainly. The fact that it's got all of the cool bits on the inside. The mounting system and the way the plate's designed is pretty cool as well. But for me, it's all about the design. Like, it's just a timeless classic design, and those exceptional bits on the inside are super pretty. It's just a very, very pretty keyboard. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily the best keyboard on the market, but it's one of the nicest looking ones. And for me, that's a big win in my book. This hobby's weird, to be honest. Vendors and makers are trying to provide more stuff. There are still people complaining that they are too much saturated. Yeah, like Zakiri's like it's so weird. I get complaints all the time, like saying, "Why do you have 50 key sets in stock? Like, that's not how the market should be. I can't sell my group by now." And Like, but then you have other people saying, "Oh, everything should be in stock. Ban the group buy model. Get everything in stock." And it's like, well, we've got to find a middle ground, I think, and I think we're slowly getting there. But yeah, it is silly how the hobby works in that respect sometimes. I do agree. Right, scrolling down to the next question. Ironically, are you actually mad at me over the raffle thing? Not mad as such. I'm a little bit frustrated about it. Yeah, like if someone asked you to do something and it meant sacrificing some of your time, and then they didn't do it. Like if someone said, "Oh, do you want to go to the cinema with me?" and you planned it all out, you booked the tickets and everything else, you took the time to do everything and get there, and they said, "Oh yeah, go on your own, I'm not coming." Like you'd be a little bit miffed at it, but I'm not annoyed. I'm just like, it's a niggle. Let's put it that way. Favorite pot noodle flavor? Bombay Bad Boy has to be. Sojiman, thank you so much for the 9 months of subs. That is a prototypist baby. One whole prototypist baby you have now. 9 months. That's kind of crazy. 9 months is such a long time, especially in keyboards. 100 hours a week, yeah, minimum. Like it's just what's needed to run the business. If money wasn't a factor, name 3 cars you'd like to buy and customize. I'm in a very lucky position that I have most of my dream cars. I don't think I have 3 additional ones that I'd like to have, but I do know what is the next one. I want a Ken Miri Skyline, a C110 Ken Miri Skyline, 3-door. It's something that is high on my list of things to get at some point in my life. I do have some options on one, but it's not exactly the type of car I'm looking for. But yeah, that's what's next. In terms of modifying cars, I've got a few in restoration at the minute. The 2 Nissan P130s that I own are both in restoration right now. So we're going to have some fun with those. And yeah, I think I'm going to be selling the blue truck, the Datsun 620. So if I sell that, then I'll be modifying the green truck a little bit more, maybe making it electric. That's something I'm discussing with some people at the minute. So we'll see how that goes. Right, okay, that's the soldering done. I'm going to answer the rest of your questions just to make sure that we've covered them all. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I couldn't even name one. Sorry. What supermarket do you shop at? We shop in 2 places. We live in a village called Shelf, which is let me flip over to the camera for a minute. We live in a village called Shelf, just on the outskirts of Bradford, and about 15 minutes away there's a shop called Robert Shaw's Farm Shop. We do most of our food shopping there. The rest of it's Marks and Spencer's. Thought you couldn't import a Skyline anymore due to the CO2 emissions. Here in the UK there's no restrictions on that. We can import anything. Estate car recommendations, realistic budget as opposed to dream flavors. So one of the things I am looking at next year, actually, it's not necessarily a dream car, just like a fast estate, is I'm looking at potentially getting an RS4 or an RS6 Avant. I prefer the RS6 to the RS4, but they're not cheap, and I'd be looking at like a 2018, 2019 model anyway, a couple of years old. If you've got like a 10 grand budget, say, I would look at a decent Subaru Legacy, an imported one, which is what I have right now. They're superb, 280 brake horsepower standard from the factory, and they're just a phenomenal car. Alternatively, you could look at any of the Volvos. There's a lot of quick Volvos out there, like some really fast Volvos, and they look fantastic too. So yeah, I can talk to you more about that after Kish, though. If you want to talk about cars, we can talk about that at some point. Look at the beard. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Right, okay, so soldering done. Board is now soldered and ready to go in the board. Well, the PCB is now soldered and ready to go in the board. Let's take care of that. I'm just going to flip this over in case we've got any solder spatter on it. And then we're going to take the top case off of the board. Pop this over. Now the customer has asked for this to go as a top mount board, so that's how we're going to install the plate in the PCB assembly here. I'm going to dig out our screws. And we're just going to pop the first one in, just like
so. Then we're going to go diametrically opposed, just to make sure we're evening out the stresses and strains of the plate, make sure we don't get any bows or constrictions in it. And then we can install the rest of them just nice and evenly. RS6 is the dream. Yeah, I would like an RS6. It's something that I'm considering through some other work that I have that's not keyboard related. Wait, that's the wrong one. That's a K screw. We'll see. We'll see. If budget won't quite come to it, we can look at the RS4 event. That's another option, or maybe an E63 Mercedes, something like that. Maybe we'll see. Okay, now that's done. It's time to connect the top case and the bottom case together. So I'm going to lift the bottom case onto here. Flip the top case over. We're going to connect the JST connection. Just like so. And then we're going to be able to lay the top case down. Going to flip the board over. And then we can pop the case screws in. Again, we're going to go diametrically opposed just to make sure we're evening out the stresses on the board here. Just making sure everything's nice and neatly aligned. Okay, and it's almost time for you guys to choose a keycap set for the board. Now I do have a few to hand that might work well with the board, so I'll show you those in a minute and then you guys can pick. But there is the Cloudline all put together. Oh, this grey looks absolutely stunning. I know some of you are saying it's black. Just to show you, this is anodized black next to the grey. It is a very, very different colour. There you go, you see it in the light there. It's a very different colour. But this is absolutely stunning. Such a beautiful board. Justin's probably one of the best designers in keyboards right now. Got a lot of time for the guy. Okay. Jay, the GMK Cobalt is available for shipping to the US. Yeah, if you can check out KC, you can buy it on the website. Yes, absolutely. You'd just love to see a silver Cloudline next to the grey for comparison. Well, silver Cloudline is the same as the base. So there you go. That's the comparison. That colour to that colour. There you go. That's the comparison. Polybius would slap. I don't think I've got Polybius to hand, but I'll show you guys the sets I do have to hand, and you can pick from there. Fox might look pretty nice on that. Yeah, I already have Fox on my Jane, so I can't put that on there. GMK DMG, please. I don't think I have that to hand, but I do have some to hand. Nice PPT Galaxy speaking to me. Yeah, both great sets. Nothing wrong with being a science nerd. Science is one of my favorite things in the world. Like, I'm a huge science nerd. Right, okay, we don't need the mat anymore. Let's pick some keycaps. Let me see what I have here to one side, guys. Okay. So these are from my personal collection, and they're not going with the board. This is just stuff I have. So I do have GMK Arch. That's option 1. GMK Patisserie. That's option 2. I'll put up a poll in a second as well, so don't vote yet. You get to vote on a poll in a minute. We have GMK Boneyard. Or GMK Taro. Those are the 4 choices. Let's set up a poll and you guys can pick from those 4 sets. I don't have I don't own Nextbyte. I do own Handbyte, but it's not to hand at the minute. Right, let me set up a poll. Give me 1 second, guys, and you can pick which key set you want to use. Okay, where's the poll button gone? Where's the poll button gone? There we go. New poll. What keycaps? We have GMK Arch, GMK Patisserie. What else do we have? GMK Boneyard and GMK Taro. Okay, poll is up, guys. You should be able to see that now. I'm going to drop in my vote towards the end. Let's flip back over to this view. Right, yeah, so those are your choices. GMK Boneyard, which is classic off-carbon colorway, based off carbon. GMK Boneyard. We have GMK Taro, which is the purples and the dusky blues. Could look really nice. I'll let you guys decide. GMK Arch, which I can show you the colours of, even though the actual base kit's sealed. But there you go. Rainy Day Nimbus, anything cloud based. Do you know, I don't own Nimbus, and I do own Rainy Day, but it's not to hand again. I don't have it anywhere nearby. And then finally you have GMK Patisserie, which these are the colours. Nice soft pinks and peaches, which look great. It entirely depends on whether it wins or not this week, Robot. Like, if it wins, it wins. I don't own Apollo. The issue I've got, guys, is most of my key sets aren't actually here in my office yet. They're all downstairs in boxes because I haven't unpacked them since we moved. So yeah, there's a load of solder splat on my desk now. I like picking it off. I really shouldn't do that on stream, but it's so nice. I'll give this desk a wipe down afterwards. But yeah, so it's up to you guys to pick what you'd like to see. GMK Arch is winning. Has to be Arch. Reverse beige caps. Nothing wrong with a bit of reverse beige. You think Bone Zone's gonna win? Maybe. It's so close. GMK Brutalist. I don't think that's shipped yet, has it? I thought, was it not EPBT Brutalist rather than GMK Brutalist, I think? Arch Sweep. It does look like Arch is gonna win here. Arch actually suits the grey more than Bone Zone. I mean, I think that depends on your view, your vision. You guys can spend channel points as well to like boost the vote, I think. Arch first and redo with Bones. No, they're not staying on the board anyway. I'm only putting keycaps on for the sound test. Because the board's not mine, it's a customer build. So whatever keycaps go on it are gonna come off it. So I am gonna start putting some away though. I'm gonna put Taro and Patisserie away because those are clearly not gonna win. If Arch wins, we rise up again. No, if people vote for it, like you can use channel points. You can even buy votes if you want to. So you guys can rig this any way you like. Put it to the marbles. Only if it's a draw. We'll play marbles for the win only if it's a draw. We will write by ordering GMK Arch or Patisserie in stock right now on PC. Both are in stock right now, yeah, as is GMK Yeti and GMK 6s and a few others, right? How to rig votes? I want to rig the selection. Like on the vote thing, you can use channel points and I think you can use bits as well, I think. So Pyro, you can just use bits to vote it if you wanted to. Like, please don't if you don't have the cash to do it. Like, only do it if you can afford the cash. So many GMK sets at PT right now. Yeah, man, we've been working hard at that for the past 2 years to make sure we had so much in stock, and more is coming. Like, more is coming. We open pre-orders for more recent GMK sets soon. Yeah, we talked about this earlier on in the stream. I think so. We had a lot of feedback from customers saying that they didn't want us to do pre-orders because they felt it was devaluing their sets. Whether that's a valid argument or not, I don't know, but we stopped doing it for a little while to see if we got complaints about not doing them. We're starting to get some complaints about not doing them now, so I think we're going to pick back up and start to redo them. So yeah, there'll be some more pre-orders in the new year. I'll basically have to have a look and work out what we haven't done as a pre-order and see what the difference is between what we have done and haven't done, and then which ones are close to shipping. And anything that's like less than 3 months out, we probably won't do a pre-order for, but we'll do pre-order for the rest. So yeah, the only things we won't do pre-orders for are key creative sets because there's just too many kits. So yeah, GMK Dandy still in stock. It is. I think most things are still in stock. GMK Striker sold out, but I think we even have some dots on the shelf. I don't think it's in stock on the store, but I think we can add some dots to the store as well at some point. Waiting for DualShock. Yeah, we got confirmation on Christmas Eve that it's about to ship to us, so I think it's going to be collected Tuesday, Wednesday next week from GMK. Okay, so GMK Arch won by quite a significant margin, so it's time to put some Arch keycaps on here. I don't own the novelties personally. I only own the base kit and the international kit, so we're just going to be using the base kit today. Zoom in a touch, and you can see as the keycaps go on. Just a reminder, this is not black. Black next to it is very different. That's black, this is grey. There you go, you can see the difference. It's quite a big difference. You went in on DualShock? Yeah, like if we still have DualShock pre-orders up, like now's the time to join them. Because it is literally just about to arrive in the next couple of weeks. So yeah. Yeah, sadly sometimes the GMK trays are not the best. I apologise for that if you had to resort them. Yeah, DSS After School sold out quite quickly. I think we do have one set left somewhere, I think. If you are interested, JP, you can drop us an email and I'll see if I can find it. I can't guarantee that we do, but I do feel like we do have a set lying around somewhere. King Cairo, thank you so much for the gift sub. I'm just going to zoom out just a touch, just so we can see the keys. Oh, look, this has gone quite nicely. Whoops. Thank you so much for the gift subs. I really appreciate that, man. Okay, this is actually a really nice match. I can't remember if it has accent keys for the F keys and bass. It doesn't, no. Yeah, this is absolutely lovely. Like, this is, other than seeing the kits, it's the first time I've seen like the bass kit up close. This is really nice. This works really, really well. Let's zoom in so you can see. Yeah, good work, guys. Arch does look really, really good on this. It's just a shame this board is ANSI. If it was ISO, it would be perfect. Rip Bone Zone, the Sweet Prince. It'll be put on a board one day. You can vote for it next time. Okay. I do like how subtle the blue is on the mods on this. It's really nice. Oh yeah, works well. Yeah, if I owned this suite, I would be infilling the logo here. I don't own this board, so I can't infill it, but I would be infilling it to match whatever keycaps I was using. I would absolutely infill it if it was my personal board. Sadly, it's not, but if it was, that's what I would do. Personally, no, I don't own the Cloudline. I was not fast enough during the group buy to win a Cloudline, so to be able to purchase one, and I didn't win a Cloudline in the aftermarket raffle. For everything on my store, I subject myself to the same rules as I do for you guys. So one thing I have noticed is GMK has added these in. This is new. This wasn't in the last couple of key sets. This is new. Little hooks to hook the keycaps onto. I like that. But yeah, I subject myself to the same rules as anyone else. If I'm not quick enough to buy it when it goes live, I'm not quick enough. If I don't win the raffles, I don't win the raffles. So, sadly, I do not own a Cloudline. No mod colored tilde and pipe. I mean, I could do the. It's just a legend change, so. Let's go for the accent enter as well, why not? Oh, that sounds really good. Jelly Master, thank you so much, man, for the 5 tier 1 gift subs. I really appreciate that, and congratulations. Welcome to the SPC, guys. Thank you so much for that. If you want to know what the SPC actually is, link your Twitch sub and your Discord accounts, and you will find out what the SPC is. To be honest, when I started the hobby, I hated the whole group buy thing, and I still never enter them. It's either in stock and I buy it, or it was never meant to be. I get that that's fair, but a lot of products are only made because the group buy is successful. Ah, King Cairo, 5 gift subs as well. Thank you so much, guys. Are you guys going to overtake the JShuff and .Nick at the top here? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. So a lot of products like GMK Arch, for example, only exist because the group buy happened. This wouldn't be a thing if the group buy didn't run. So by not joining the group buy, you are risking that your products that you like may not be made, if that makes sense. I don't want to go accent arrows here. I just want to go standard arrows. Oh no, Sweet, thank you so much for the 5 gifts. What's going on, guys? What are you doing? Thank you, guys. Thank you. The goats. The absolutely goats. Thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate that. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I have to remember how the keys go on a TKL now. Do I have one to hand? Print screen, scroll lock, pause. Print screen, scroll lock, pause. There we go. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Is this keycap set black or very dark grey? It's grey. So, Cairo, thank you for another 5 gift subs. Here's black, for example, right next to it. There you go. You can see black is a very, very different colour compared to the keyboard is dark grey. The keycaps are dark grey. Sir Regiman Ben, thank you so much, guys. Guys, what are you doing? All the gift subs. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you. Bob Hotshot this is in stock as well, by the way. This keycap set. It's in stock right now on the website. GMK Arch. Guys, thank you so much.
Incredible.
Incredible. It is incredible. Thank you so much for the follows and the subs and the gift subs and everything else. Thank you, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate it more than I can tell you. Thank you so much for your support. Like, it means the world to me. Thank you.
Incredible.
I'm having a heart attack. Kish, I'm having a heart attack as well, man. Okay. F13. We do have an F13 key. Okay, I am going to be that guy, and I'm going to change out the keys for the mod-colored ones, just because I'm being that guy today. Oh no. Cairo, thank you so much for another 5 tier 1 gift subs. Thank you so much, man. What's going on? What is going on? Thank you. Thank you. I mean, that means more to me than I can tell you. Thank you so much. Do we have the... Yeah, we do. Let's put the mod one in. Just because I like the way it looks. Oops, wrong key. Since when was the level 7? We're on level 7 of the hype train? I don't know. How many levels are there on the hype train now? This is all new to me. One more for UK's best friend. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Beautiful ISO key. There's 2 of them. Oh no, King Cairo. What are you doing, man? Thank you so much. Thank you. I do not deserve this. Thank you for all the gift subs, and welcome everyone to the SPC. The SPC is going to be growing significantly. If you want to know more about the SPC, join the Discord server and make sure your Twitch account and your Discord accounts are linked in Discord, and you will see more about the SPC. You will see the details of the SPC there. Welcome newcomers to the SPC. Thank you so much, Cairo. Thank you. We're now halfway through level 7. Level 7? What? What? We're going to get all sorts of new stuff. I wonder if we can make, like, level 8. Is there a level 8 to the hype train? I don't even know. I don't even know if there's a level 8 to the hype train. This is so new to me. Okay. Gosh, all these gift subs. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Like, thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. Right. Unless there's any more. Unless there's any more. Thank you so much again, King Kyra. I think we have just made level 8. Right? Wow. Wow, it's updating. It's just staying hype. Jelly Master, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate that, man. Level 7 complete. Wow. I don't know what it's going to do now. Okay, yeah, so we're into, like, some unknown thing now. It's like 31% complete of some unknown thing. I don't even know. Thank you so much. Guys, I don't deserve this. Thank you so much. I genuinely, this has blown me away. Thank you so much, guys. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, we've gone from having, like, 10 people sub today to, like, 50 gift subs or something. It's crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Will your friend get this set now? They've actually messaged me to ask them if they can keep the key set whilst we've been streaming, because they are watching. They're very golden ratio. What the hell? Holy shit. What the hell? 25 subs? No. Dude, what the hell? I'm like a fish. I have no idea what to even say. Oh my gosh. The Stiff Pink Club is growing like you wouldn't believe today. Wow. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you. Golden Ratio, thank you so much, man. Thank you. I know you just won one of the Cloudlines as well, and I'm sorry if that doxes you a little bit. I'm going to shove something extra in your package for that. Thank you so much. Thank you. And all my money from the streams actually goes back into doing giveaways. I don't earn anything from the streams. It just goes back to feed you guys stuff when I do giveaways and things. So it's not going to buy me an RS6 any sooner. That all comes from personal savings and nothing to do with prototypes as well, because I pay myself minimum wage for PT. I don't pay myself anything more than that. So that's all comes from personal investments. But thank you so much, guys. Guys, you're sorry for starting this. Kinkara, I'm thank you for starting this. This has made my night. Thank you so much. Like, this is nuts. It's crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Maybe I should do something stupid. Like, if someone does like 100 gift subs or something, I'll get like an SPC tattoo or something like that. Maybe we need to do something like that next stream. I don't know. Incredible. But thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate it. I don't have the words for it. Like, I just don't. Like, thank you. Thank you. Ravius says, do you still work outside prototypist? not work as such. I have other investments from personal money. So I used to have a very well-paid job, work as a program manager for a bank. And whilst I don't work necessarily outside of Prototypist, I do have investments that provide me an income. It's not massive amounts of money. It's not like it's not huge amount. Like I'm not going to tell you the exact number, but it's not massive amount of money. If I paid myself a normal salary from Prototypist and like what I pay my other staff, it's broadly the equivalent to what they earn. So, but I would rather pay myself very little from Prototypist and be able to pay my staff more, because I appreciate everything they do for me. So yeah, Cairo, thank you again for another 5 gifts. What the? Oh my God, what is happening, guys? We're gonna have some really good giveaways in the new year. Let's put it that way. You should do a subathon, buy JNRS6 event subathon. Yeah, I don't take the money from streaming, like personally, like I just wouldn't be worth it. If I do get an RS6 event, that's going to be from my other investments that are not keyboard related. Yeah, some of you may appreciate the fact that it is to do with cars as well as my other investments, rather than just with keyboards, which is my other big hobby. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Right, let's get back to the build and show you guys where we're up to. I feel like more CEOs should do that, to be honest. I don't class myself as a CEO. Like, we're not a corporate entity, so I don't like the term CEO. I just like I'm the director of the company. Let's put it that way. But yeah, bought your wife a Model Y yet? No, my wife has a Model 3. She's not getting a Model Y. It's as simple as that. Yeah, the trading value is not just not there for it. So maybe in 2 years' time, when the lease is up on the Model 3, we'll consider it. We'll see. Tim, hey man, thank you so much for joining us. We haven't finished the stream yet, but we have hit level 10 on the hype train because people just keep gifting subs, which is nuts. We've got like a minute and 10 left to see if we can get any higher, but this is kind of crazy. Golden Ratio is now the #1 sub gifter with 45, and King Cairo has just taken second spot with 40, and Jay Shuff is in third place with 35 gift subs. My God, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gift subs, guys. No, Trojam, no, thank you. Like, everyone's gonna have multiple subs. We don't have this many followers. There's been more subs gifted away than we have followers, I think. And we're at 99% of level 10. I think this must be the maximum of the new record. Jellymaster cheered under the 500 bit. Dude, thank you. What's going on? Like, I guys, what are you doing? What are you doing? Wow, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I've never been in a stream with so many subs at once. I think everyone's got a sub right now. I think pretty much everyone who's watching has a sub. We're on level 11 of the hype train. Like, that's just crazy. Yeah, everyone should go and raid the website, prototypist.net. Go buy some keyboard stuff. Absolutely. Thank you, Golden Ratio. I really appreciate it, man. Like, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and welcome everyone to the SPC. If you want to see what the SPC is about, there are SPC only giveaways and things like that, and special editions and stuff. Go check out the Discord server and make sure that your Twitch and your Discord server account are linked in the Discord settings, and you'll be able to have a look at what the SPC is. Tim, I'm hoping you're going to guide people with the ways of the SPC, because it's going to get very busy in there in the next day or two. I've never seen level 11 on the hype train before. It used to max out at level 5. Yo, what's that? Get XR2 switches have 10% off with the code Streaming Party. It's true, they do. Only for the next hour and 45 minutes, though. I'm dodging subs. Nice. Ends Midnight Kids. Jay truly is the goat of the UK scene. I'm not. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm not at all. There are so many more better people out there than me in the UK scene. I just happen to be a bit more visible with Prototypist, that's all. But I do really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Robot. I really appreciate it. ISO users rise up. Now that I will agree with. ISO users should absolutely rise up. No, Cairo, are you going for that first space spot? Is that what you're doing? You're joint first now. Thank you so much. Thank you. Is it going to be a sound test? If we can get to it, yes. Taurus, if we can actually get to it, we will do a sound test. We'll see if we can get there. Pyro Bunny, thank you so much, man. What's going on? I've seen people's names twice in the gift subs now because we've run out of people's gift subs too. This is crazy. This is crazy. Thank you so much, guys. Wow. This is absolutely nuts. I don't even have words. Thank you so much, guys. Been watching you since the days of Top Clack. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, we still have a few people who've watched since the days of J Keeps. King Cairo has now got first spot with 50 subs, which have all been today. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I started streaming in 2016. Golden Ratio trying to get that #1 spot back. I think he was a few subs too late, but thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, 2016 was when I started streaming. It's 6 years ago since we started streaming. Did it on J-Keeps. Then when we joined Top Clack, that channel was redundant, and then Top Clack was still running when PT started. PT streams started 19 months ago now. 19 months since we started streaming here at PT, which is kind of crazy. Top Clack has died a little bit. I'm hoping we'll bring it back at some point in the new year. We are working on trying to do something with that. But thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate this. Like, I don't even have any words. Thank you so much. Katumba says, talking about Top Clack, what happened to the crew and show? Brian is still around. He's still in keyboards. He's still on the Top Clack Discord server. Him and I are still great friends. He just moved house, and we both lost the love of streaming for a little bit in that kind of sense. The news, we kind of decided as a whole we were going to cancel and stop doing the whole news segments about interest checks and group buys, just because there was too much out there during the whole COVID thing in the back end of 2019, early 2020. So we decided to take it a rest. We went on a hiatus, and that's just extended to now. We just haven't come back. Brian did move, and he doesn't have strong enough internet connection where he is to stream properly. But yeah, I do think that at some point we will bring... Tim, thank you so much for the gift subs as well, man. Thank you so much, Tim. Thank you. I do think we'll bring Top Clack back. I think it's probably going to be next year. We'll see. We'll see. The IC in group buy reviews is unsustainable. Yeah, like when we first started Top Clack, well, when I first joined Top Clack at the very beginning of 2019, we'd do maybe 10 subjects a week. And then by the end of 2019, we were doing 30 or 40 subjects a week. And it just wasn't sustainable. Like, we just didn't have the time to write the news documents each week and stuff like that. It just became too much. And then when we started picking and choosing what we were going to cover, some people took that as an affront. All-time record, you've reached new levels of support. Thank you so much, guys. We've broken all of the records. We got 93% of level 11 on the hype train. Thank you so much. Yeah, and we just couldn't do it anymore, so we decided to take a break from streaming for a little bit, and we just never got around to bringing it back. I do hope we will bring it back, and it's something Brian and I have briefly chatted about and mentioned, and I'm sure it'll come back at some point, so we'll see. 99 subs. Yeah, like, we had more subs than we have viewers at the minute. It's kind of crazy. Thank you so much, though, guys. Thank you so much. The hobby did explode. The hobby did explode. I miss your streams with Brian. I miss speaking with Brian every week. Like, we don't get a chance to speak as much as we used to, and Brian is such a nice guy. I should make more time to speak to him. Convert the chat to subs only. Nothing will change at this point. Probably. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Top Clack was the GOAT at the time, though. Top Clack, right in the early days of keyboards, like when Brian asked me to be on Top Clack, it was like a huge thing, because Top Clack was pretty much the only newscasting streamers about keyboards at the time. Like, and there was very few streamers as well. Like, when I started streaming, there was me and Tejo Types, and that was it. Like, no one else streamed keyboard stuff. That was it. And then I joined Top Clack, and Tejo blew up, like, went crazy. And then you started to see a lot of other people start to do streams around that sort of time as well. But it's just kind of grown, and it's amazing to see how the channel is now. Like, the fact that Twitch has a dedicated keyboards bit is just phenomenal. So thank you so much, guys. You really appreciate everyone in the keyboard community. Made some amazing friends. Looking forward to seeing everyone's keys expanding in the near future. Thank you, man. Thanks. I really appreciate it too. Okay, let's take another look at this keyboard that we built. This is the Cloudline TKL. Quagri, thank you so much for the gift sub as well. This is the Cloudline TKL, and look at this with Jim Couch on. How good does that look? It just looks superb. It just fits it so well. The Cloudline, look at this curve here. This is just so nice. Like, the details on this board are unreal. There's that lovely bass. Minimalist profiles. Jim K Arch. Arch was a great choice. How old are you in the hobby? Ravius, if you want to have a guess at my age, I'll tell you whether you're right or wrong. And if you're wrong, I'll tell you what the right answer is. But you have to have a guess first, how old you think I am. Arch good. Cloudline is so good. I agree. I'm really sad I don't own one. Okay, whilst Ravius is guessing how old I am, let's do a sound test of this. Let's pause the music. And let's see how she sounds.
Incredible.
I hope you guys could hear that, because that sounds so good in real life. We're on a wooden desk, remember, so it does sound a little bit on the louder side, but that sounds so good. That sounds so good. So good. JP Havlux is 28. I'll take 28. I'd be happy if I was 28. That'd be really happy. The plate material is aluminium. This is a stock plate that came with the board. Lottie. Hey, thanks Lottie for being here. I can't wait to meet you when I come down to Brighton. I've heard a lot about you. Yeah, so Yakbat says 37. That's actually really close. That's really, really close. Because it's right. I am 37 right now. I'm 38 in the new year. So Ravia's guessing 35. Yeah, I'm 37 right now. 32, 90s baby for sure. No, 1985, man. 1985. That's when I was born. So yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed with this board. It looks great. It sounds great. I hope you guys like the sound test. It sounds so good. Makes slate looks beautiful. Yeah, the slate looks really good. Moment as well. And derivative. I have derivative somewhere. Yeah, it's here. This is my derivative. Just to make some great boards. Look at that. Look at that. It's so nice. Just to make some fantastic keyboards. Oh no, Lottie, thank you so much for gifting us up. Thank you so much. There we go. Thank you guys. This is crazy. Like, we've had so many gift subs today. I think we've had 100 gift subs today. Thank you so much, guys. Should we play marbles just for fun, says Robot? Yeah, we can play a game of marbles. It would be level 12 by now. I think it would be. You should buy a birth year AE86 in that case. I'm more of a Datsun Nissan man than I've got 12 or 13 cars now. I'm not a Toyota fan, unless it's a Toyota Crown Estate. That's the only other Toyota I would consider. Yeah, let's play marbles, because why not? Let me load up Steam and let's have a game of marbles. I'm typing on this board. It's not even connected. Okay, give me a second, guys, and we'll get games. Come on. Marbles. Oh, I've got to update it. Give us a second, guys. It needs updating. This might take a minute. But yeah, I wouldn't want an AE86. It's not my kind of car, really. Is that the Lottie? I think it is. It's the Lottie. Would you guys ever stock Krytox syringes? We've looked at it, but other vendors do it already, so it doesn't seem to be something that's worthwhile, to be honest. Okay, Marbles is loading. I'm going to need a keyboard for this, so I can actually move around. Let's grab a keyboard. Okay. Right, let's flick over to Marbles. That should work. You should be able to see Marbles now. Right, let's go to race. Let's just do a standard race. We'll just do one, just for fun. You get Shitbox 90s micro and do a car build stream, maybe maintenance upgrade and so on. Yeah, we're actually going to do something like that. I've actually set up a website called JDM. Instead of it being JDM as in the letters, it's actually JAEDM as in a pun on my name and JDM .net, and we're going to be doing some car content on there with all of the cars very, very soon. In the new year, there's going to be like a whole list of the cars that I have, the specifications of them, the modifications we've done. So we're going to have some blogs on there, YouTube videos. It is something I want to do in the new year, absolutely. Right, okay. Let's do a standard. Let's just pick a random track. So we're going to play Louderis. On Thin Ice. That's the one we're going to play. Let's give this a try. Right, okay, if you want to join in this game, guys, all you need to do is put !race into chat. Oh, sorry, !play, sorry, into chat. And you'll be able to join the race. Feel free to do that now. !play. There we go. You can see people popping in. Copy them if you want to. JDM, yeah, hey. That gaff board is hot. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I don't have a mechanics qualification, but I'm pretty handy with the cars, JP. This is just for fun. There's no prize for this. This is literally just for fun. We're just going to play for fun and see what happens. Just watch this be the one time you win marbles. Maybe. Maybe. For the love of marbles. Just for fun, right? Why not? Okay, I think we've got plenty of people in. I'm going to hit start. We've got plenty of viewers still, so if you do want to join in just for fun, !play, you've got 20 seconds to go. Robot, if you win, I will put bones on the keyboard right now for you, right? If you win, we'll put bones on the keyboard. I'm going to get a sub. Oh, wait. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and away we go. Okay, big race. Who's going to come out in front? Liam Derrion's there. Darth Gaijin as well. Let's see who makes it down to the crossroads first. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think P Knuckles is in the lead, though, with Mo Hubba and Ravius taking up the lead. Oh, no. King Kairo's there as well. Liam Derrion actually makes the lead as well. Coming down to the next junction, let's see who's there. JQ UK is not too far behind. There's Anarchy, looking good. Yakbat's at the top. C Fox and Arugata Roboto right at the very back. Liam Derrion still in the lead. Ravius and JQ not far behind, though. This could all change here, though. JQ takes the lead. Andromeda Keeps is just behind. Quagga is there as well. Darth Gaijin, Golden Ratio, Solid Logic, Custom. True Blaze is there too. JQ's got a good lead though, a couple of ball lengths there. Oh no, it's all falling through. Custom, loads of people falling through. Robot Mikey, there you are. There you are, my guy. You're probably not going to win though.
Incredible.
Golden Ratio's fallen through and is actually going to skip some of this. It looks like he's going to take the lead here. Golden Ratio coming in hot. I don't know how these obstacles are going to work in people's favors here or not, but it's going to be very close. Darth Gaijin going the top route. Vintage Kish coming down the bottom route as well. It looks like it's going to be Golden Ratio unless someone can speed up. Anarchy, no. Anarchy has died. Vintage Kish is there. Wantagon's coming through as well. V Rub is on his way too. Golden Ratio is following down the spirals. Jelly Master's there too. He's not too far behind. It's really hard to tell. JQUK is at the back now. Golden Ratio has dropped through. He is going to win this, I think. Unless Wantagon or the Vintage Kish can beat him through the here. Let's see. Vintage Kish. Kish, away we go. Vintage Kish. Thank you so much, Kish. You are the winner today. Jelly Master coming in for the second. V Dubrub coming in third. Alariac, Golden Ratio in fourth and fifth. And now we're waiting for the rest. That's the top five. Let's see who else is there. Ravius, Zizora, Metatron, Kordos, and King Cairo round out the top 10. Yak Bats comes in there as well. Lots of people stuff at the top. Roberto. Let's see where you finish, man, because you wanted to see Thingy on a board. I don't even know where you've gone now. I've lost you. There you are. There you are. You win. Well, you don't win, but you don't even come in the top 10. But there we go. Kish with the sneaky win, yeah. Absolutely. Congratulations, everyone. That was good fun. I enjoyed that one. It was a good map. Well, Solid Logic and True Blaze popped down at the end. Still got a few people at the top. Let's see who's last. Let's see who's last. Here's Tim. Zakir Rizak. Melanie the Savage. Mel coming in right at the very back. Mel, round of applause for finishing out the team there. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Let's see the final results. Yeah, Kish, Jelly Master, V Dubrub, Alariac, Golden Ratio, Ravius, Zizora, Metatron, Kordos, King Cairo, JP Havelock, Bert, Kutumbus, Vey, Custom, Yak Bats, P Knuckles, Jenga, Whole Hacked Me, and JK UK make out the top 20, sorry, with Melon the Savage in 47th, and Anarchy with the DNF right at the very end there. Thank you so much, guys. That was really good fun. Let's get rid of that and go back to the stream intro. Let's catch up with chat, seeing if anything else needs talking about. This is funny. In 6 right now, come on me. I'm afraid you didn't stay there. I usually die before the race even starts. So you didn't today. You did alright today. You did alright. Clap, 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 clap. Only Anarchy died. Poor Anarchy. Anarchy's never won on any of these. I do feel really bad for him. Like I don't think he's ever even come in the top 10. Like I feel really bad for him sometimes. Right, okay. So there we go, guys. We have built the Cloudline today. It looks stunning. It's here. It's just it looks so good. I'm super happy with it. It is time for me to end the stream now. It's time for me to go home because I'm at the workshop. So I've got to drive home, which will take me 10-15 minutes. But I'll be here on Instagram tomorrow morning because I'm coming back up to the workshop tomorrow to do some more work. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much to everyone who donated, dropped bits, did subs, King Cairo, Golden Ratio, and everyone else who dropped subs. I really, really appreciate it. Next stream is probably going to be in the new year now, so watch out for that. I think it's going to be the first Sunday of the new year, not the first of the year, but the first Sunday. So that'll be the 8th or something, or 7th. But thank you again for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the Discord server. SPC gang rise up. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys. Goodbye. Have a good one.